Welcome everyone to our first stitch-in with me at Needle Art on Charts. We are a cross-stitch shop on the border of New York City and Long Island. We are 20 minutes away from JFK International Airport and 30 minutes away from LaGuardia. So if you're ever in the New York City area and you're looking for a cross-stitch fix, please come on over and we'll be happy to help you find what you're looking for. So today we're going to stitch from the Prairie Schooler, a Merry Mini Surprise. These are the latest Santas that have been released by the Prairie Schooler, and there are 8 of them, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful leaflet because, you know, it really helps greatly with the gifts and getting a really cute Christmas tree together in a little bit of time. Now, who am I, believe me, I don't stitch fast, and it takes me a while to even find some time for stitching. So today I'm here because I definitely want to spend some time with you virtually and get to know you better so that you get to know us better and know that we're here. We're here for you. Right now at the shop, we have yardage of the threads that bind, Blackbird designs. We also have some Picture This Plus fabric, and we also have many charts that are trending. Brenda Gervais, Keeper of the Pins. We have Red Letter Day by Teresa Vanette. We have many Blackbird designs that everyone is looking for. What Remains, The Heart Remembers, Merry Christmas. We also have In Full Bloom, the quilting books that were re-released earlier this year and which go really great with the threads that bind quilting fabrics. Now, with the quilting fabrics that we carry, we can really use them as well for cross-stitching because they're very wonderful in the sense that you're going to be able to use them for the backing of cross-stitch projects. You're also going to be able to use them for the cross-stitching bags, the project bags. Some people are making strawberries with them, and a lot of wonderful things. So I'm going to try to come really close to my phone because that's what I use right now for my videos. I'm hoping to get a little bit more, I want to say, more equipment so that I'm able to, do these a little bit better. I'm going to move the camera a little bit so that you can see me stitching and not see the pattern. Right? Which way am I going to go? Which way am I going to go? Okay, I'm going to cover it so that you're not able to see the pattern. I'm going to put it up here. Then I'm going to bring my my stitching here a little bit closer so that we can see. Now, everybody stitches differently. I like to stitch in hand. And I think I like to do that because it feels a lot more organic to me. And, it's better. Sometimes when I use hoops and I use frames, my hands start to hurt because I think I'm holding them too tight. So when I work with my fabric in hand, it feels a lot better to me. I don't know if that happens to everyone. I don't think it does, but it happens to me. So one of the main reasons why I like these Santas is that they are a quick stitch. And right now my shop does not have many models. And I'm hoping to change that, but that's going to take time. Because one of the wonderful pleasures about cross stitch is that it calms you, and it's a wonderful way to center yourself and take the time to think and process. And I find that that's one of the things that I like about cross stitching. The fact that I can do a lot of thinking, which is great. What do you like about cross stitching? You know, I like to count. I also like to count. I think that, you know, it's a good thing. This would be my first Prairie Schooler, and I hope to finish it in the next few days because it's a really good feeling to have a small finish, you know, to feel that you've accomplished a small stitching project. And it, you know, it's a really good thing. I don't mark my charts because I've never liked, you know, marking them. And sometimes I don't even make a working copy. I just keep them extremely, you know, clean, and I keep them straight, and you know, I'm one of those stitchers. I know that there's some stitchers that they love to mark their charts because they feel that, you know, they're going to be able to, you know, to know where they are. So let's see. We opened in November 2021, and we have been here, and we've met so many wonderful people. One of the highlights was 911 Stitcher. She came and she saw us, and we had a great time, and I really like her. I love her videos. I think that she's a wonderful stitcher. She knows more about some designers' projects and designs than I do sometimes. I mean, I go to her site sometimes to make sure that I'm up to date. And that's a wonderful thing because she's very dedicated, and it's amazing. I mean, I watch her videos and I think that they're just amazing. So let's see. Let's see if I can finish this hat in a couple of minutes so that we can see that it's such a quick stitch. So the floss that I'm using is DMC 816, and I'm using the John James Tapestry Petites size 28. One of the things that I really like about these needles is that they glide through the fabric. It's pretty easy. If I could see right now, it would be pretty easy to get it through. I can't see. Sometimes, even though I wear glasses, I can't see all of the little holes and all of the threads. And you know me, like every stitcher, I make mistakes and I have to rip things out. And sometimes it's just, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. I've seen a few Stitch With Me videos, and one of the things that I find that looks effortless is to stitch and talk. But right now, when I'm trying to do that, it's a little difficult because, you know, I'm nervous. I'm trying to count. I'm trying to make sure I see the holes so that in 10 minutes I don't say, oh, I've got to rip it out. I don't think anybody likes the frog. Especially the ripping. I mean, the ripping is horrible. Sometimes I don't like to be an adult because adult means I have to be mature and rip all of the, well, many of the stitches that I've stitched, only because sometimes it's hard, you know, to notice that you're not stitching properly. But look at that. So far, we are 4 rows down. And a couple more to go. Isn't that amazing? I think that stitching with you is good for me because I feel like I'm with friends. And that's always a good thing. So when people ask me how I start my threads, I try to use the loop method as much as possible. And the reason for that is because then there's less bulk in the back of the stitching, at least for me. Oh, I hope that you're seeing, if you're looking, if you're watching, you know, I hope that you can see my stitches, the way that I'm stitching, because at least one of us can see it, because I'm not doing too well here, watching myself stitch. And now let's see what happens. Hope I'm not rambling on too much. So when I use the loop method, the one pro about that is that there's less bulk in the back. And that helps a lot, especially when you are working stitches that are completely solid stitches. So by solid stitches, you know, one area, a lot of the stitches is the same color. So that it's a cleaner back. Some stitchers, they worry about their backs a lot. I used to worry about my back a lot. And here's a little knot. We're going to see how I get rid of these knots in real time. There you go. that was quick. I hope that you saw that. So I also, I also have knots in my floss sometimes. I think we all do. Some knots are worse than others. And then of course, the thread twists on itself, so I try to untwist it as I go. And just like that, we are almost 5 rows in. We're finishing our 5th row. So I hope that you're having a wonderful weekend and that you are, well, it may not be the weekend when you watch this. It may be Monday or Tuesday, maybe another day of the week. But whenever you're watching this, I hope that you're well. And I hope that you're taking the time to take care of yourself and taking the time to be present in your daily activities. Especially cross stitch, because sometimes it's not just a hobby, it's a way of life. And there, I'm not able to, I found it, there you go. So if you'd like, you can leave a comment in this post and let me know who your favorite cross stitch designers are. I've been cross stitching for decades, and I find that even though there are new designers and they do wonderful, wonderful work, and I like their work, I usually go back to the designers with whom I grew up with. Kooler Studio is one of my favorites. I love their, I can't see. I love their designs. I love the themes. I think they're beautiful. I like their flowers. I loved their horses, their carousel horses. They're gorgeous. Hopefully I'll be able to stitch 1 or 2. The Halloween horse is my favorite. And with Halloween coming sooner than Christmas, I'm wondering why I'm not stitching Halloween. I don't know. One of the latest Halloween charts that just came out is Trick or Treat by Cottage Garden, and it has 9 really cute designs in it. It's on Cyprium, 40 count, picture this plus, and they're really cute. My favorite one in that leaflet is on the upper right hand corner. The cat with the pumpkin. I think he's adorable. Adorable. The black cat. And I love the way that it stands out against the fabric. And I made a little mistake there. I went into the wrong hole. Does that ever happen to you? And how do you know? Well, it's not coming out. So I go in, and here we go. And I try to bring it out, and that's not going to work too well. Hate things when they don't work too well. Let's see, it's not working because I managed to split. So now what do we do, right? Because we're there and this isn't going to work too well. So what I do, I take my trusty scissors and I snip it. That way I have this one piece back and I go all the way to the back. So I'm going to show you what I do. And hopefully there's not much crocking. Okay. So here we are. We go to the back, which is pretty good. I think that my back is looking kind of good today. I pull that out and I straighten it. I go to my floss, which I had already pieced out. Look for my needle. Try to make my, look for the eye. Yeah, this is why I had the needle already prepared before, because sometimes it takes a long time to get it through the thread through the needle, but here we are. So this is the loop method. See the little loop? It's right in there. I do have a little bit of crocking, but that's what happens. Go to the back. I'm in my last stitch. Well, that didn't work too well. So let's do it again. This time I'm going to hold it in the back so that it doesn't come through the front, because obviously it did. And I'm going to go in the right hole, go down the right hole, the right diagonally from it. And then when I go to the back, I'm going to do this so that you can see it. Not only am I going to put my needle through the loop, but I'm also going to put the tail from the previous stitch through the loop. I'm hoping that you saw that. Now, both pieces are anchored. That will continue to work when I go back in, and I will continue to anchor that thread that I worked on. Of course, when you're working in hand, it's a little bit difficult to get some control, but then you can see that it's coming out very nicely. And then I will continue in there. I'm going to make sure that my thread, that the tail, oops, this is what happens in real life. Going to make sure that the tail is tied down. Now, you may find that something is a little bit slack. So what I usually do is I pull slightly and I pull slightly. And that helps it to stay a little bit better. And then I go in to my next. I mean, I'm hoping you're seeing this because I'm really trying to show you guys what I do. And then one more time. At this point, it's done. I take my scissors, I snip it as close as possible to the edge, and it's pretty clean. And I'll continue to stitch. So those, I think, are, I hope that I was able to give you a couple of pointers, a couple of tips. Maybe you didn't know one of those. And that would be great. What are some of the tips that you have? I love to hear them. So things are getting a little bit of quieter here today because it's the end of the day. It's a great thing. As I sit here and think, I think that those who create Facebook videos and floss tubes and Instagram content, very brave. It takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of bravery to be able to do this. And I'm hoping that I get better as time goes on. I will work on it. I will make sure to bring something different to you on these Stitch With Me videos. Maybe when we have stitchers at the shop, I can also have them stitch a little bit with us so that we have, you know, a little group going. Maybe we can do a Zoom. You know, there's so many possibilities, especially now with technology the way it is. Every day it's something new, and it's a wonderful thing. So let's see. So we went over the loop start. I showed you how I do my loop starts. And you know, when I have a knot, when a knot occurs, that I'm able to fix it. And just remember, there's no cross-stitch police. A lot of people think that there's cross-stitch police, but there isn't. So now I made another mistake. So now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do what I did before. I learned my lesson. I go to the back. And I take it out from the back so it's not there anymore. Oops. Oopsie daisy. I try to squeeze it as thin as I can so I can get it through the needle. And everybody knows that the size 28 needles are pretty small. So it takes good eyes to get them. And that's not working. And of course, this is, you know, real time. Sometimes I think what I should do is to have a few needles. There you go. A few needles ready. Right. And how did I know that I had placed the needle in the wrong hole? Well, when I went diagonally across, my thread was against a horizontal thread and not the vertical thread. I remember that I may have mentioned it earlier. But then again, truth be told, this is probably my 15th take because this is my first time and I was nervous. So hopefully, as I was saying before, you know, I've shared a tip or two that you may not have known about. I'm almost finished with my hat, so I'm really thrilled about that. It's almost like a little finish. I wonder what I'm going to do with it. I wonder how I'm going to finish it, right? Should I finish it in a little ornament, or should I finish it as a little pillow, maybe a little dough bowl, like Brenda Gervais creates, you know, makes with her little pillows. I love those little pillows, don't you? I mean, I can't stand it. I love them so much. And I'm staring at Keeper of the Pins right now, and I see the little tomatoes, and I see the thread spool, and it just makes me want to start because everything is just so cute. Wow. I want to say thank you to everyone who stopped by. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I hope that that you liked some of the conversation. This will be my last row on the Santa hat. And then I'll show you how I finish off my thread. And it's not so bad. You know, I don't think I'm going to be frogging today. Isn't that great? I think that's fantastic. I think that we did a lot. I think it's an awesome thing. And I love 8/16. Although my favorite red in the 800 series is DMC 815. But 8/16 works in a pinch too. What's your favorite cross stitch thread? Do you like DMC? Do you like Anchor? Do you like Sullivan's, or Cosmo? Which thread is your go-to thread? In the overdyes, which ones do you like best? We have a lot of things in common. Oh, let me see if I can get it closer. Oh, I do hope that that you were able to see a lot of things and that you weren't bored. Well, we're down to our last 3 stitches. Can you believe it? 3, 2, 1. And there you go. Santa's hat is complete. It's a wonderful thing. So then I go to the back. Now, when we started, since we started the top here, I have a little bit, not too much bulk, but you could see that I went up and down a few times. So what I do is I go across 3. And then I go back 2. That way it's there. It's not going to go anywhere. I trim it off. And it's clean. I press it down. There isn't any bulk. If you look at it, you're going to see that there isn't bulk. And if you look at it in the front, it's going to look very, very even. I hope so. Don't look at my nails, please, because I haven't had them done. But that's what that looks like. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please share that we have our exclusive with Heartstring Samplery. Beth Stitch has done a beautiful, beautiful job on our exclusive Biscornu, and we are so very happy to have this as an exclusive at our shop. Isn't that amazing? We are hoping to start a sale soon. We're getting all of our fabrics together. These beautiful threads, we've been putting them together. They're flying out the door. So if you're looking for a wonderful, wonderful Biscornu to stitch. Please consider ours because it's a wonderful, wonderful design. We have the floss tag, the metal floss tag, the metal floss ring, the flosses, the fabrics, one of the most beautiful fabrics by Dames of the Needle in both 40 count and 36 count, exclusive fabric that goes with our exclusive chart. And we also have Seraphim Fabrics Prairie Grass in 40 count and 36 count. Well, I hope you enjoyed the time that we had together, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.